Good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're absolutely fantastic. Last Friday or last Thursday, I think it was Thursday, so around about 3 or 4 days ago, I left you guys with this. All right, so if you just follow where the mouse is, hopefully it's not too difficult to see if you're watching on your mobile phone. But on the right hand side of the screen here, I drew an arrow going down to this point from there. So in this video, I explained as to why that's going to be the case. And again, with thanks to following a system, in other words, the MTOP system, that's where price landed up. All right, so again, everything was explained as to why, systematically, step by step, and the future of price action well ahead of time went exactly yet again, turn for turn, to exactly where I said it was going to be. So let's quickly have a look one last time. So the arrow is going to go there. I even put the time arrow from above as to why I said I was going to go there. And that's exactly what has happened. Okay, so from here, I just got to pause there for a minute, and I'm sorry if I do this too often, but for those who don't see the magic in this, please open your eyes to it. It's a little bit less conventional than normal, but the difference is that unlike normal, this actually works. So you can either stick with normal, fail and struggle and feel all the negative emotions, or you can move into the metaphysics, get your head outside the box, and see these kind of results. Okay, so the results are what speak for all of it. And I can't make this stuff up. It's third party verified, days ahead of time, and yet it just keeps happening. On point, being correct, time after time. And I say that because people need this in their lives. If you're someone who is looking to invest in themselves, to grow, to get better, someone who is a trading passionate person, at least have this in your toolbox. Yeah? What happens now? Let's go into some technical analysis. Well, in terms of the date and just kind of common sense and applying just, I suppose, just common sense to the time, tomorrow is that big day. It's been an exhausting number of weeks. Everyone just wants this election to be over with, and we're waiting for a confirmed turning point over here so that we can restructure everything and get ready for the move up. In case you'd like to do that systematically together, I'm going to break this all down and then show you more or less what tomorrow is going to look like. Should this be the turning point? Now, I'm too kind of afraid to put down tools right now, as when there is like a major event, there can be irrational market behavior because the wave of ignorance flows into the market, and that can send things in the wrong directions. Why is that significant? Or why is it relevant rather? Because what I want to do is put down a turning point 2 over here and say that we are in a kill zone. I hope you guys have been kind of letting that sink in. That's over here, the kill zone. So from a higher time frame perspective, the switch goes off. If I'm jumping around, you haven't been keeping up with the videos. But if you've been keeping up, you understand a little bit now what I'm talking about. So this kill zone, this danger section over here, whilst we're still confirming the turning point, is where we don't open up a position. All right, the reason why it's called the kill zone is because too many times in my trading past, I rushed to get in thinking that it was going to be time, but then something silly happened. Maybe it needed to go a little bit further down, or let's say, for example, I'm overexcited about the election tomorrow. Trump's going to take it, I think. And I get into positions now so that I get a really low position before the bull run kicks in, or the confidence in the market comes rushing back in. If I do that now, and I'm right overall to say that the price does go up and so on and so forth, but I did so too early. In other words, I did so inside this kill zone. Then what can happen, and what has happened to me in the past, is that price action maybe came across, went bam, just for a second, and then relocated it to new confirmed turning point, and then I got to target. So that's great from an analysis perspective, but from a trading perspective, what it means to me is that I lost over there. I lost because the price took me out. I became the loser, but other people became the winner. And that for me is the worst thing, being right, but not being rewarded for it. So therefore, this kill zone is super pertinent to it all. And if you don't know what it is by now, hopefully you're up to speed. And this is where price is on the higher time frame. Just by the way, the relevance of this on the lower time frames is that if price is slow and crawling and not really performing, and guys are just like getting irritable because they want to make profits, the end of the month is coming, they need to pay their bills, or they need to get to a certain threshold to prove to their managers that they're worth kind of being kept on the financial floor. Whatever the reason is, if price is stuck within a kill zone on a higher time frame, expect losses on the lower time frame for those who are impatient. For me particularly, my biggest losses come in with the ranging market. It's when it just kind of ebbs and flows, slowly does nothing, goes a little bit up, a little bit down, and it's just my frustration and impatience that overtrades, that takes the position out because I get impatient. There's all that kind of messy stuff for me happens in a ranging market. And how I know where to identify a ranging market is look at the higher frame and seeing it inside this kill zone. As you can tell, over the weekend and even now, not much happened. All right, and so once you understand how it all links together, so much more makes sense. And the more sense that makes, the more clarity that it brings to you, the more control you have. And the more control you have, the more money you make and the less you lose. Does that all make sense? I hope so. All right, so we're in the kill zone now. I'll do the rest of the... I'm not going to put the rest down. I'll leave it there for the time being, as what I made mention to earlier was that the wave of ignorance that's going to come in. And we've seen it at all kind of popular events, like the swarm rushes to the front of the festival to get the best seats or the best position, and then everyone kind of balances it out and then normalizes around the rest of the dance floor, the festival floor, whatever the case is. But that initial rush is what I'm looking out for. So I'm not going to do a full analysis on this just yet, because I'm not going to open up a trade on this just yet, because it's in the kill zone. And for me, that's enough reason why not to trade. But also because tomorrow is a big day, it's protection, taking care of my capital. What I can quickly do is just put this together as now, once this is confirmed and tomorrow comes in, we're going to be trading with trend. So we got a low going to a high on our trading chart, and then a low going to our high on the high frame chart together. And when we're trading with trend, as I made mention to over here, trend direction, once we got this big tick, once that's up and running, then the forces are traveling together. You can exit late and enter late and exit early and still be profitable. Okay, so tomorrow is a day, assuming that the Republicans are going to win, there's no delays, all that kind of stuff. Market confidence going to get a little bit crazy. And I guess the calm before the storm is today, where people are kind of just waiting for tomorrow. Should tomorrow be A-okay without any hiccups, which is probably unlikely because things get messy, then from there, we've got trading with trend, exiting kill zone, and confidence in the market. So expect rockets. All right, so I'm going to get back to my I notice AI coding sounds a little bit gimmicky, and a lot of people are kind of pistol whipped and shy to hear that stuff because there's so much false advertising on the internet. So I want to stop saying AI coding because I too get a little bit skeptical when people say that I need to look at this AI website bot to make money on the market. It sounds super scammy. So I don't want to associate myself with that. I don't think it's landed well over the weeks, I suppose, because maybe people are apprehensive up front. So I want to say the AI digital clone of myself to trade the markets for me. So digital me in AI format is almost ready to deploy, and I'm just working out some things, and I'm going to try to get that finalized today and ready for tomorrow. So if you are ready to be a part of something, a strategy that can forecast the future of price action many days ahead of time with absolute accuracy in a formatted way, and have that in the likes of myself being copied or cloned in an AI form. So it just does the work on kind of a great forecaster's talent. Speak to me. We're at the evolution of AI. We're at the evolution of automating a fantastic strategy. And now is the time to get involved if you haven't already. It's not too late. It's kind of still early days, but Bitcoin's kind of old news. This whole AI evolution is a hot topic. So reach out to me if you want to become a pioneer investor in what's about to change the world, quite frankly. Ciao for now.